Hi guys, I'm just staying at the boat just before I go back to work. I thought I'd do my rundown of the last 3 weeks home, and what I did here, I managed to finish off fitting all the electronics, and which was good. So the auto helm now works, all my Garmin stuff works now, and I actually James from A1 Electronics, Marine Electronics, they're based over at Hamble Point Marina. He came on board, had a look around and tested all the systems and made sure it was all okay for me, and then he signed it off, commissioned, and I get all my worldwide warranties with Garmin. So I'm going to run through my electronics, show you what I've got. It's a bit windy out here, I'm not sure if you're going to hear me very well, but here we've got two satellite pods here. So this one, Garmin, it's for the chart plotter and the auto helm, etc. And then here is the one for the B&G, VHF radio and AIS. This gives, so it's got its own, it's not getting it through NMEA 2000, it's getting it from its own satellite container there. So that's them two, they go down through the deck and come out at the nav station eventually. So we'll now move on down into the boat. I've shown you the radar stuff and all that before, that's up the mast. I've shown you all that, so we won't go into that today, but I'll show you where all the units are. So yeah, I'll show you where all the units are in the boat. So coming down into the saloon, we come to the chart plotter. This cracking bit of kit, big screen. It's on a pivot. It's like a TV stand for holding TVs on walls, but it can swing right out and round, so that I can then see that from up in the cockpit. So if I haven't got my iPad out or anything like that, I can see my charts, with it being so big, quite easily from the cockpit, even with my bad eyes. So we've got that just sits back there like that. Everything's linked into this, so the auto helm's linked into this, all my instruments are linked into this. So from down here, even on a bad day, I can change direction, I can trim the boat to the wind. If I want, I can set up my auto helm to steer the course, which I'll get into the software things in another episode. I'm just showing you the layout. So up here in the roof is the start of the backbone. Now those that deal with NMEA 2000 will understand the backbone. It's basically a string of T-pieces that you tee off to go to instruments and display units. So I've got two display units coming in here with an end. So you have an end cap on the first T-piece and an end cap on the end of the last T-piece, so it knows where it starts and where it ends. So that's up in there, that starts, that then goes down behind here. The power cable goes up and into here. That comes down and into here, which is so we've got three up there actually. We have the two screens and the chart plotter come down and into here. So that goes up there and through. Under here, we've got the brains for the log and the wind instruments. And then from there we go down into the backbone. So we've got backbone in, backbone out, and that's all for the NMEA 2000 system. So that goes down under there. That just slides up under there out of the way. We don't want it getting damaged, but I want it where I can get out if I need it. So that's like the second part to the backbone, and that links all this lot together, including the B&G VHF radio, which is also linked in to the NMEA 2000 system, which allows AIS to come up on my chart plotter. So that's that. Then if we go into the engine room, engine room, you'll see that I've had a massive clean up. This was all covered in soot from the fire. Now, as you can see, she's all very nice and clean. Very pleased with the way this came out. Anyway, back to the tour of the NMEA 2000 system and the Garmin. So there's the Garmin system for the auto helm. I think that there is the compass. It's not to be close to any electrics or anything, and you think in the engine room it would be barking mad, but the water tank's covered in foam, so that's been insulated. This is way over here and it has to be a metre away. That's a good metre and a half away. Everywhere else on the boat has bloody cables. There's a few cables there. There's the NMEA 2000 backbone for that, and I think that's where it terminates. Yeah, so under there you can see that's the termination for the end of the system there, and then that runs up, obviously up to the auto helm system up there, and then runs through to the steering system for the auto helm. So coming through into the aft cabin, so the arm for the auto helm system is bolted here. You can see that there, and I put a big backing plate. So I don't know if I can get this up high enough for you guys to see. So in here is the arm, and you can see a massive backing plate. This has been fiberglassed in place. That's the arm. So as you go down inside, you can see the motor there for the helm system. Those big red cables are actually part of my steering system. Mine are run through cables, and then it links up here as to where it goes, and it's bolted on there. In here we have the B&G VHF radio. It also does my AIS. It does my AIS as well, which is good. So it's receiver and transponder. There is a slave one to that station up in the cockpit, which is done via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. So there's that unit there which deals with that. Moving on to the chart plotter. This is a repeater for the chart plotter, so I can control it from here. This here is the for the auto helm system, and we have two repeaters up here that do, this does the wind, what's happening with wind. I can steer to wind with the auto helm or to course, and this one here has on it speed over ground, speed from my log under the boat, water temperature, just because it can, and depth. So that's what that's got on there. James from A1 Electronics, Marine Electronics, they're based over at Hamble Point Marina. He came on board, had a look around and tested all the systems and made sure it was all okay for me, and then he signed it off, commissioned, and I get all my worldwide warranties with Garmin.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, no, happy with everything, John. All seems to be working. Good job, nice job.
Excellent.
Was that a new pod or an old pod?
What, this?
Yeah.
It's an old one that I bottom I should fit that into.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's just handy. It just works really well, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mirror that, and that sits there if I'm on the helm, or it sits there if I'm not. here we are in the Solent over there. That's the Isle of Wight, and we've got a life check on, so we've got to be careful. That there is pretty much where I live, to be honest. That's up on the Hamble. We've just been up Hamble River. I've just been to A1 Marine for them to commission all my electronics. They were very pleased with the install and happy to commission it for me. I've pretty much done everything anyway, so I've done the sea trials and done all that, and that went well. And the oil helm's on now, and we are keeping a very straight line.